Scrap and Ames fans, and welcome back to a long-awaited video for you. I have got this lovely cut file from the beautiful Virginia over at Confessions of a Paper Addict. It's one of her free cut files that went up many weeks ago, but you can find it now over in her Etsy shop. If you head to her Facebook group, you'll be able to find the link to the shop there. I will try and remember to post the link in my description box below for you. Now what I've done off camera is back that with a whole heap of different 6x6 paper pads. I think there was some crepe paper, some Jed Hadfield, some pebbles, some, I don't know, a bit of everything. I was trying to use up some of my paper pads to back this cut file, and what I've done is a bit of kind of just the larger pieces of this cut file I backed just so they sort of popped out a little bit. Oh, I kind of missed a leaf, I just realised, in that bottom corner. And then I just popped the cut file up on some double-sided foam tape just to give it a bit of dimension up off that beautiful pink background paper. Now, I can't remember what that paper is. I did start this layout literally about 6 weeks ago. We are now at the end of March, so I moved house and I had started this before we moved house, and then I had to pack it up into one of those, you know, the pizza boxes we get our kits in and all your orders in, and that's where it stayed until literally about 4 days ago, and it got finished then. So I can't remember what it was I used. What that background paper is, it will come to me. Oh, it's a Chamel paper. Little You, I think it's called. So yes, it's going into my niece's album, which is the baby in the picture, not the older little girl. That's her older sister. And my niece is now 6. So yes, it's going in her album that I'm doing. So yes, so now I'm just layering up the photo because I don't think I put it on any kind of dimensional kind of tape, but I felt it needed, once I sort of took away sort of all that unnecessary kind of image in the background, it was sort of a smaller photo, so I wanted it to stand out a bit against the cut file, so I put some layering of different papers behind it, so it gave it some border and it gave it a bit more oomph behind it, so it stood out a bit more. Because the cut file is very busy. It's got lots of, you know, layers to it as such. Maybe not layers, not dimension. Can't think of the word. But yeah, there's different bits to it. So yeah, it needed to make sure it didn't get lost in those bits. I can't think of the word right at the minute. The hardest part of this layout was the cut file took a while to cut. It is a gorgeous cut file, but the intricacies of it is you need to make sure that your cameo goes. I have a cameo, so it takes a bit to cut it, so you don't want it to go faster, so it's going to tear it, obviously. And then backing it, I was going to just chuck it on the pink paper, but it just didn't look any good. It really, for such a gorgeous cut file, it really needs to be, you know, some backing there. So I then backed it a bit in bits and pieces. So obviously the small bits and cutting it out, and which is quite patient for me to do that because I don't really have a lot of patience. So yeah, just using these gorgeous little foam stickers as my title, and then popping some little bits of those gold just to make it pop a bit more. I was a bit worried that the Lovely You title would get lost in all the pale white and pink, and it does a little bit, but you can see it there because it's quite thick and it sits on top of the cut file, so, and across the photo, so it sort of is drawn to there, so I'm okay with that. That's cool with me, it works. And now I'm just going through, and these are some of those, I think it's Lovely Day chipboard stickers from Dear Lizzie. I had from an old Kitaholic kit. Oh, not too old, it's only a couple of months old, I think. I thought these were really cute and fun looking, so I thought they work perfectly for a kids layout. So I'm just popping some random ones in there just to add some other extra elements of bright colour on there, because as you can see, it does look pale. So I just wanted to add some pops of brighter sort of colour, like I've got the gold there, and those sorts of things. Oh my freaking God, I love these. I just did a scrapbook.com order and American Craft Stuff was on sale. I don't know if it still is. And I ordered myself, I don't know if I ordered 1 or 2 more of packets of these enamel shapes. I stumbled across them and I was like, yes. So I put some in my cart and they're coming over. I cannot wait. Oh, I love them. I really do. I don't know why. I think they're glittery, and I don't know if you can see that from here or if you've got some of yourself, but they're the Chamel ones. And yeah, they're glittery. And I just love that they're different sizes and they're different shapes, and like you've got your stars and then your little drops and your circles and your hearts, and I really love them. They're quite versatile. Now this is where I decided the layout needed something else. You can't really embellish too much because it's so busy already. So I'm in a very Jane Davenport mood because I love my Jane and I've been very Jane at the moment. So I got some of my Incredible inks out, and I decided some Incredible ink splatters. Whilst they're not, all shimmery and whatnot, they do actually have a scent to them. So, even though we don't have smell-o-vision, it will smell pretty in her album. I just love some of the colours. They're quite a vibrant colour. Compared to sometimes some of your mists and things like that. So I decided just to add some splatters, and really it was just for my benefit because at the same time, as I said, I was just in a Jane mood. I wanted to use some of my inks, and so that's what I did. So I've just added some small splatters using that fan brush. I don't know if that's the right term to use for that, but artist I am not. Across my layout there. And not too much more added to this because there's enough there with the cut file. It doesn't really need to be too much. It's little pops here and there of things, to be honest, and then that is it. So I have some close-ups at the end for you to see. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, but I will link everything in the description box. Head on over and check out Confessions of a Paper Addict. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.